Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out here so that we could provide you with an update on the officer-involved shooting from last week. I first want to start by confirming the name of the deceased. I know the name has been reported widely in the media and social media already, but we're at a position now where we can confirm that the deceased is 42-year-old Michael Brent Ramos. And I want to speak to Mr. Ramos' family for a moment and express deepest condolences on my behalf and the behalf of the Austin Police Department. My condolences go out to everyone involved in this incident, as they do when we have these critical incidents in our community. But again, our hearts are with you as you go through this difficult time. The officers involved in this incident: First Officer Mitchell Piper. And Officer Piper has been with the department. He was commissioned in January of 2020, and he is a new officer, and he is the officer that utilized the less lethal shotgun. The officer that deployed with the rifle and fired his rifle is Officer Christopher Taylor, and Officer Taylor has been with the department since December of 2014 when he was commissioned. I will remind you that this is still a very active and ongoing investigation. So although I will be able to provide you with some updates today, there are a lot of questions that we still cannot answer because we have to protect the integrity of the ongoing investigation. Some of the specifics that I want to put out, first of all, is the conversations that I've had with Travis County District Attorney Margaret Moore regarding the investigation into this incident. She and I have spoken a couple of times today on this issue, and we realize the importance of the confidence in this investigation, and therefore we decided to reach out to the Texas Department of Public Safety, the Rangers Division, and ask for the Texas Rangers to join us in this investigation. I spoke earlier today with Colonel McCraw and Lieutenant Colonel Prince, and they have agreed to provide us with any and all assistance necessary as we investigate this incident. The APD Special Investigations Unit will conduct an objective investigation into this officer-involved shooting, as they do in all officer-involved shootings. But we have heard the community's concern, and we made this request to ensure their confidence in the process. I have also spoken to the district attorney regarding the body-worn camera video that exists in this incident. There are many officers that were present, all of whom were wearing body-worn cameras, and we will seek to release those body-worn videos at our earliest opportunity throughout this investigation, once we've reached the point where the release of that video will not impact the integrity of the investigation. So again, some videos may be available before others, but our goal will be to release them as soon as possible when they would no longer impact the integrity of the investigation. It's important to note we still have several people that have not yet been interviewed, and we do not want to influence someone who has not yet been interviewed. Up to this point, we've taken many statements. We have interviewed 6 of the officers who were present at the scene, along with 24 civilians who witnessed this incident. We did carry out the search warrant that was issued for the vehicle that was involved in this incident. However, I cannot disclose at this time the outcome of that search because, again, we have many witnesses that have yet to be interviewed, and I do not want to put out information that they may not be aware of that would influence or change a statement that they may make. But we have, in fact, carried out that search warrant, and that vehicle has been searched and processed. Our investigators did work throughout the weekend, processing the crime scene, canvassing the neighborhood, looking for additional witnesses. I would reiterate my request from last week. If you have information, whether it be you witnessed it or you have video, please come forward. Please contact APD at 512-974-TIPS and let us know so that we can include all of your information in this investigation. We have actually had 3 videos that we've received from the public and numerous people that have come forward and self-identified themselves. and provided information to us as well. All of this is important so that we can ensure we are conducting a thorough and comprehensive investigation in the timeliest manner possible. I have a couple of questions, I believe, that were forwarded by the media earlier today, and I will respond to those before opening it up for questions. There was a question regarding what is a less lethal shotgun. And a less lethal shotgun is a tool that's available to Austin police officers. It is a standard shotgun, however, it has been modified to fire less lethal ammunition, typically known as beanbag rounds, and it's used to gain compliance. The question of lethal rounds and how many officers fired. We only had one officer fire their rifle, and as noted earlier, the other officer fired the less lethal shotgun in this incident. There was a question of whether the vehicle involved in this incident was in fact the same vehicle from the day before when we were investigating that theft that led to an evading, and it is in fact the same vehicle. So we have confirmed that this was the same vehicle. I want to close with where I began, and that is recognizing that this is a trying time for our community. I share your concerns, and that's why we're going to the extent that we're going to ensure that we not only conduct the thorough investigation that we always do, but that we do it in a way that fosters community trust and belief in objectivity. And we've heard you, and that's why we're taking these steps. I again reach out to Mr. Ramos' family and express my condolences, and we are working on this around the clock. I will open this up for questions now, but I will remind you we are in the earliest phases, and there's likely not going to be a lot more questions that I can answer based on what I've already told you.
What's your response to Mayor Adler's updated statement today saying that Ramos did not appear to be threatening and that he's disappointed in the response?
Sure. I've heard, let me just say, I think what we all have to do, again, is follow the process of the investigation. I've seen the video, and that's why we are going to the extent and we're investigating this. So I ask that we stay on this path, bringing in the assistance to ensure that thorough, timely, and comprehensive investigation.
What's the intervene's policy on shooting at vehicles?
We'll provide you with a copy of that policy.
Is there any information about whether or not Ramos had a gun?
As I mentioned earlier, we have completed our search of that vehicle, but I'm not going to go into what we found because, again, there are many witnesses that have yet to be interviewed.
And there was an officer-involved shooting last summer around July, and it looks like one of the officers involved was Officer Christopher Taylor. That's the same one?
That is the same officer, yes.
And he's the one, he shot those 3 gunshots you can hear in the witness video?
We've not confirmed the number of shots that have been fired, but Officer Taylor is the officer that fired his rifle during this incident. I'm sorry, can you speak up a little?
Yeah, so initially it was reported that this car was connected to burglary. That was plural. Now you're saying this wasn't that?
No, we believe that this was the car that was related to all of those incidents. The question that specifically came in was this the vehicle from the incident I discussed the previous day? And it was. Thank you.